Good morning. I am Latresha Pinkston, Information Technology Specialist here at the Alabama Community College System Office. In the spirit of celebrating the Diamond Jubilee, highlighting ACCS and our many accomplishments throughout the state of Alabama, we are here today to recognize the work and efforts of the many individuals who helped to make OneACCS a success. 5 years ago, Chancellor Baker and the ACCS leadership had a vision to bring all 24 independent institutions together to work as one. Thus, OneACCS was born. Since that time, OneACCS has made a significant impact on our campuses and enhanced the student experience. Today, our program will consist of remarks from Chancellor Baker, a OneACCS overview from Karen Becker, enterprise application staff introductions from Muhammad Obadat. We will also have a video of the OneACCS experience, as well as Next Steps for Success by Karen Becker. We will conclude our program with a congratulatory toast led by Ebony Horton Bradley. Please join us as we celebrate 5 years of OneACCS with your beverage of choice. As we say, cheers to 5 years.
OneACCS. What does that really mean? It really means that we've undergone a transformation that has created a unit of the entire system under which we all operate that has a common focus, a common way of accounting for what we do, and begins to bring together the force of a significant environment, a significant institution in the environment that we serve. And it doesn't prohibit, it doesn't impede the individual initiatives at each of our schools. It just simply supports that and gives us a way to include it in the overall scheme of what the community college system is doing in this state. And more than that, it brings about a credibility that we sorely needed. A credibility to know that our method of accounting, of keeping records, of developing data, is one and the same in every institution. And it's only with that that we have the power and the force that we need to impact the state at the level that is most needed. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Excuse me, I'm trying to rush our day. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today in our celebration of 5 years of OneACCS. I'm going to take just a few minutes to remind everyone of the timeline and all the work we have done in the last few years and try and recognize some of the people here in the system office as well as you out at the schools, because we couldn't have done it without you. Starting back in fall of 2018, it seems like a lifetime ago sometimes, Cohort 0 went live with finance and HR. Cohort 0 was just the system office, and they were the first ones to get on our new OneACCS banner environment. After that, we started working very heavily with Cohort 1 schools, and in July of 2019, we went live with registration, admissions finance, HR, AR, catalog and schedule, BDM, and degree works. And thankfully, our friends at Financial Aid went live a little early in May. Moving ahead, we continued our work and went live with Cohort 2, July of 2020. Those were the same modules in our unified OneACCS environment: registration and admissions, finance, HR, AR, catalog and schedule, BDM, and degree works. And again, our financial aid friends went live a little early in May. I remember many, many hours of work, both from our teams here at the system office, but more importantly, the teams at our campuses. We could not have done it without the unified approach to this project. In 2021, we also went live with Elevate and Target X, two more products that we continue to use and will continue to grow with as we expand all of our offerings to our students. I did want to take a few minutes to recognize a few key players here at the system office that were instrumental in this project from the very beginning. Number one, Ben Rosebrock. He was the leader of our team, and unfortunately he could not be here today, but without him, this whole project would not have continued and been successful. Bruce Tennyson and Randy Maltby, two of our key technical resources that many of you at the schools and many of us at the system office count on very heavily for their technical expertise, and we appreciate all their efforts because we would not have made it without them. I also want to mention some other key players. Chris Cheatwood, as our Director of Reporting, he continues to lead our reporting team and putting out reports on a daily basis that are used at all of our schools. Brandon Stewart, another technical resource, and a lot of you at our schools work with them on a daily basis, and I wanted to recognize them. Also, Billy Merrill. He is listening, hopefully, online. I did want to recognize him for his extra effort leading the finance team along with Anna. And one other group that I wanted to mention, which was critical in our leadership of the project, we had a OneACCS oversight governance group, as well as we had leadership and governance groups for each of the functional areas. With that oversight group, those were critical meetings that we had on a weekly basis, and all of those members led us to the success that we have today. And the final member that I want to recognize so that he can introduce his team is Mohammed Abadat. He was also with us since the very beginning and could not have made this project happen without him. Mo?
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Mohammed Ubaidat, the Deputy Chief Information Officer for Enterprise Application here at the System Office. I have been working in the System Office since January 2019, shortly after the OneACCS project started. I have over 27 years of experience in higher education and 5 years in government. Today, I'm really proud to introduce my amazing dream team. They have been instrumental in making OneACCS a success. This team has a lot of experience and skill set in all areas of the college business operations and administrative tasks. They are dedicated, passionate, and fully committed to making things run smoothly and providing a great customer service to our colleges. I will be introducing them based on their official start date with the enterprise application at ACCS. Anna Foshi, our senior system analyst for finance. She joined the ERP team in February 2019. She worked in higher education for over 15 years and 18 years in finance and the banking sector. Anna previously worked at AUM as the Associate Director of Procurement and Payment Services before she joined us. Deb Span, our business analyst for degree audit. She could not be here with us in person, but she will be watching the live stream. She joined the ERP team in March 2019. Prior to joining ACCS, Deb worked at Wallace State Community College as the coordinator for the student athletes eligibility and compliance, and served as the degree work administrator. Deb has over 25 years of experience in higher education. Gail Child, our senior information analyst for account receivable. She joined our team in May 2020. Before joining ACCS, Gail held the position of Senior Director of Student Accounts at AUM. She has over 14 years of experience in higher education and an additional 15 years of experience in the banking sector. Cedric Arrington, our Senior Business Analyst for Student. Cedric joined our team in September 2020. Prior to joining ACCS, Cedric worked at Calhoun Community College, where he held the position of Director of Admissions and Registrar. Cedric played an important role as the student functional lead from the inception of the OneACCS project. He has over 23 years of experience in higher education and 2 years in the retail sector. Noah DePause, our security administrator, he's unable to join us in person. He started working at ACCS since May 2016 and later joined the ARP team in February 2021. Shane Wilson, our senior information analyst for HR and payroll. Before joining ACCS, he joined us in March 2021, and before he joined ACCS, Shane served as the Director of Human Resources and Payroll at Jefferson State Community College. He played an important role as the HR payroll functional lead right from the beginning of the OneACCS project. He has over 20 years of experience in higher education. Molly Pollard, our CRM administrator. She joined the team in May 2021. Molly played a significant role in the successful implementation of TargetX. Prior to joining us, Molly worked at AUM as the Senior Certification Officer for the College of Education. She has over 18 years of experience in higher education. Anthony Ritchie, our financial aid analyst. He joined us in December 2021. Anthony has over 30 years of experience in higher education. Prior to joining us, Anthony served as the Senior Director of Financial Aid at AUM. Kathy Carr, our business analyst for non-credit. She joined our team in March 2022. Before joining ACCS, Kathy worked at Jefferson State Community College in the Workforce and Non-Credit Division. Kathy played a major role in the successful implementation of the Elevate project. She has over 11 years of experience in higher education and 23 years in the insurance sector. I'm pleased to welcome Laura Swan as the newest member of our team, serving as the business analyst for Student and Ad Astra. Laura joined us in November 2023, bringing with her a valuable experience from her previous role as the Registrar and Director of Enrollment Services at Gaston State Community College. She has over 16 years of experience in higher education. I want to say big thank you to my amazing team. Your support and hard work have been really important for our success. I appreciate everything you do to help our colleges and to make things better, work better. And now we have a video from some of our extended team at the colleges.
I first became engaged with OneACCS with the banner conversion.
The implementation of TargetX.
I would say that I became entrenched in OneACCS when I was given the opportunity to work with the Cohort 2 schools.
I had had banner experiences at other schools, but it was outside of ACCS, so I really didn't have a understanding or expectation coming in.
The team came down and started that initial training before they fully implemented TargetX.
Initial reaction would be like, wow.
Apprehension.
Oh my goodness. My first impression really was that it was not doable, but that it needed to be done.
I was scared because it was something new.
I'm gonna be honest, I was skeptical because I came from 20 years of knowing a system.
But I was also pretty excited.
It was a very interesting collaboration. It was very fun and stressful at the same time.
It was rough starting out and made it especially hard since most of us was working at home.
It was a hard transition, but I think that transition was needed to better everything throughout the system.
Didn't really know what to expect. I was so used to the old system. I'm always nervous when you start something new. You always get nervous.
Once we did convert, we were able to see, okay, this makes sense now. This is why we do what we do. This is why we work together.
OneACCS demanded and commanded at the same time change and adaptation to that change.
Trying not to get stuck in how they used to do it versus how it's being done now.
Now it's getting everyone to transition. Everything is online. Some, had the barrier of technology. Some just, I'm not computer savvy. And so it was getting everybody on that mindset.
I expected a better outcome this time learning it, and that's what I got.
Before we started with OneACCS, there was a lot of paper.
It was a tedious process looking at an old green screen using all caps in the software.
With that comes its own unique challenges, and a lot of that being the tendency for human error. We have reduced the amount of errors significantly. Things look cleaner in Banner. We're getting less DAX errors and kind of those report errors.
Banner has truly improved our lives and our procedures in our office.
I think the system in itself has just been that missing link to that one piece of puzzle that you can't find in that box. It's that one click away from all the information that you need.
I think one of the best things was our ability to have cleaner data. I never really had the opportunity to see how many students we had from a certain high school, or see how many, or what our feeder school was. No one could pull those reports for me, but through Banner and through OneACCS, we've been able to do that.
We've increased enrollment the last 2 falls.
The OneACCS system did generate more efficient processes, and we had to think differently about our processes as well.
As individual colleges, we had a lot more resources probably at our fingertips than ever before as a result of this project. We're engaging regularly in ways we really never did before, not to the same extent. So you've got this network there to help you.
We all have to be on the same page, and communication is one of those things that we have to do not only within our department but with other areas of the college, and then not just the areas of our colleges but any other college that we're collaborating with.
I know I've called on lots of people over the past few years to see how things are handled at one institution compared to how we handle things.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've had to call peers at other schools to ask them how they may have something scribed or how something's displayed on their degree audits, and just being able to ask questions, that's the biggest thing.
Before OneACCS, as far as getting answers to questions, it was a lot more difficult because you were standalone.
We had a different platform, and we had to kind of wait on if we need some help with any processes.
If we needed to go into another college and help, we're on the same system, so we all know, we all have the same codes.
So everybody's understanding or seeing the same thing as we are seeing. So it's very helpful as far as being able to reach out if help is needed.
This new, alliance, if you will, between the 24 institutions has been sort of a lifeline, because when I need that extra help, I can just pick up the phone and call one of those colleagues.
Not only do we talk amongst financial aid people, but the student team talks to financial aid team, which talks to the AR team. And I don't see that communication being as strong before we went to OneACCS.
It's just been overall a good thing because we've become better, more efficient. We serve our students better.
They have embraced the new change. Now they're able to go on and find their own information without having to wait to see a particular person.
We're actually in a process now where it's a daily flow for the students to receive information with us.
We have more students now that actually, they know their student number. Like it used to be, you'd ask the student their student number and they're like, I don't know. Now it's like, it's very, very rare that I ever get a student say, hey, what's your A number? And they don't know what it is, because they got to know because they got to log into OneACCS to register for classes, check their messages for their financial aid.
It has opened more possibilities to provide better information for students. The TargetX and the campaign emails are fantastic. The student portal.
Welcoming it, embracing it, going with it. I have learned things from people. I have learned new ways of doing things. And I think most importantly, I have come to know some of these people. They are as close as siblings.
OneACCS to me is everyone is speaking the same language.
Which shows that the OneACCS project has been successful.
I look forward to the future that the OneACCS system holds. I think, 5 years from now, I don't know where we will be, but I see that it will be a bright future for the OneACCS system.
Wow, I hadn't seen that whole video. That was amazing. That excites me to hear all the feedback and all the things that our schools have done and embraced this. And I don't know where we'll be in 5 years, but I'm going to tell you a few things that we're going to be working on to provide to our students in the next few years. But we're going to continue to enhance our products that we use now and making sure that you have the training so that you can utilize them as well. Coming up this summer, in summer of 24, we've got a lot of things that are coming out that are going to be new in our OneACCS environment. We're going to be moving to a SAS environment for our banner, and that should be something that will make our reliability much, much more stable for our students. We're going to be bringing a couple new components to banner called Illusion Experience, as well as Illusion Insights. And you guys start watching for education and training on that starting in the beginning of 2024. We are also in the process of working on a unified Canvas environment for all 24 of our schools. Summer of 24, the current Canvas schools will move into the OneACCS Canvas environment, and then fall will be our Blackboard schools, and you'll be hearing a lot more about that in the beginning of next year as well. We will also begin using next summer a new credential to get in that ends with alabama.edu. Watch for things from our great marketing team on what that's going to mean to you and especially what it will mean to our students. We are going to be rolling out a lot more professional development for all schools as well as in the system office, not only things from how do I issue a check in banner, but maybe I need some soft skills on how to managing a difficult situation. We'll be using both NeoEd and Canvas to do those type training. We're also going to continue to help our schools to develop more workforce skills training to increase the number of citizens out in the state and making sure that they all have the employment that they deserve with education. Now that we are finished with our official celebration minutes, I'm going to let Ebony come and have a toast with us.
Well, what an honor it is to be a part of such an awesome celebration. To every student who has been able to be even more successful with the implementation of OneACCS, to every student or to every faculty member, every leader, every staff member who is better able to provide services because of OneACCS, and to every Alabama resident, even those who have yet to be born, who will be impacted by the excellence of what ACCS brings to the Alabama Community College system. We say cheers and welcome to the new future and the new excellence of what ACCS can bring in the future.